Hi everybody, this is Kevin and welcome back to another video. And today I would like to once again talk about the aftermath of the assassination of Charlie Kirk from this past week, which I did about a 3-hour live stream this past Saturday sharing pretty much all my thoughts on the matter. But I think it's important to continue the conversation and to make a dedicated video for those who don't want to sit there and watch a 3-hour live stream. Though I do encourage it because I'm able to explain myself better there, and there's even people in the chat offering their opinions. But as much as I would like to just do a video talking about the Nintendo Direct or whatever other goofy news is going on, I look and I see the people in the industries that I'm a fan of, the video game industry, the anime industry, things like that, and just to see the hatred that they spout, not only to Charlie Kirk dancing on his grave, but to people like me, who, you know, I'll just say I'm further right than Charlie Kirk, and they viewed Charlie Kirk, who people on the right view as the moderate Republican, as the Nazi, extremist, fascist, literally Hitler, whatever they call him. I mean, they've been calling Trump literally Hitler for the past 10 years. So, it's not going to stop there, and it's just the demonization all these years, and to actually kill the man who was willing to debate the other side, who went to the college campuses, and really impacted the 18 to 30-year-old demographic, where you see it in the last election of 2024, where Trump won, of course, and that was in no small part thanks to Charlie Kirk and Turning Point USA and convincing the young minds that, you know, the leftism is crazy, man. You don't want to be on that side. They're a bunch of nuts over there. So, over the past few days now, I've been, you know, of course, doom scrolling Twitter, seeing all sorts of things, watching some videos, particularly, and shout out to them, Chibi Reviews, Asmongold, Tectone, Romanian V, and all the other people who are leading the charge, even our friend Elon Musk, and getting their point of view on the matter, and to see people attack someone like Asmongold, who I consider Asmongold a center-right person. People on the left will say he's literally Hitler too. But as people in my chat explained to me, they view him as actually left to center left. But, you know, I think he has some right-wing positions. And, you know, you can call Asmongold the classical libertarian. But to see people even issue death threats to him, and just the celebration of Charlie Kirk's death is honestly disgusting and ghoulish of these people. Because it's the same group of people who say, oh, the right wing lacks empathy and, you know, they don't care and this and that. It's like, okay, if you don't like Charlie Kirk, then just don't say anything. Like, what are you doing celebrating the death of him and encouraging other people to not only, you know, kill someone like Matt Walsh and Ben Shapiro, threatening them, but to threaten Asmongold? I'll show you later, to threaten someone like J.K. Rowling, which J.K. Rowling, by the way, is a leftist. Her only issue is that she doesn't agree with the transgenderism. She says there's two genders, male and female. Of which I agree, to which I'll go a step further and say there's no such thing as gender, it's sex, male and female. And that's just the bottom line. But oh, no, I'm literally Hitler for saying that. And to get to this point where they've been calling Trump literally Hitler for 10 years, at some point there's a tipping point to which they assassinated the man who would debate them. And to see the ironic posts from these people, these ghouls, where they say like, oh, let's just talk it out. Well, motherfucker, you killed the guy willing to talk it out, because someone like me, I don't have the patience to talk it out with you. It requires great skill and patience to talk it out with people and present them with facts and evidence. I just know things, and you can say I'm in my echo chamber, I'm set my ways, what have you, I'll take it. But Charlie Kirk was willing to go there and speak to other people, and as the Roach, Hassan Piker himself, said recently, you know, he's going to debate Charlie Kirk in a few weeks until, you know, the past week happened. So he's even going to debate someone like Hassan Piker, but now he can't because they killed him. So who's going to debate Hassan Piker? You know, no one. He's going to sit in his mansion and continue to spout his nonsense and radicalize more people, saying, oh, it's okay to kill Rick Scott, the senator of Florida, and all sorts of other stuff. So I want to show you some examples here of just some of, you know, in my wheelhouse now, some of the video game developers and some of the anime and video game voice actors, comic book writers and illustrators who are chiming in. And, you know, people on the left will say, oh, this is the right wing's cancel culture. Well, as I recall, people on the left were canceling people for sharing memes. Oh, that's a racist meme. We'll cancel you. We're going to dox you and fire you. That's what they did years ago. Now, a stupid racist meme with Pepe the Frog, it gives people on the right a little chuckle, but it doesn't necessarily hurt anyone. Whereas you have people on the left who are literally calling for more violence, saying, they have a hit list of other people. Who knows what they're saying in their Reddit and Discord groups. And as more information has come out, we've learned that the assassin of Charlie Kirk, Tyler Robinson, was actually living with a transgender individual. I understand that they were lovers, and there was some sort of Discord or Reddit group where they were talking about all sorts of things. So who knows what's going on in there. You see others chiming in on Twitter about this. And, just to scroll through and see the others wishing death upon other individuals, whether it's, someone as prominent as Ben Shapiro or Matt Walsh or even just some random dude. Like, I have no doubt they feel the same way about me. And I thought Shoe on Head brought up a great point, which I also brought this up in my live stream, where she said that it is important to hold these people accountable, because not only am I going to show you the game developers, voice actors, comic writers, etc., but Shoe on Head also brought up the point that the people saying these things with their add-on accounts are your next-door neighbor. It's the doctor. It's the healthcare worker. It's the therapist. It's the person working at the corner store. All people we live with. We shouldn't have to live with these people. Like, why are we living with people who wish death upon us, wish someone like me was dead, killed Charlie Kirk? It's completely unacceptable. And so when the left says, oh, this is cancel culture now, well, no, this is holding you people accountable. What you did to us years ago, canceling us for memes, is on a completely different level than threatening people's lives. So I know that preamble went on kind of long, but it's important to get all these thoughts out there into a video. And now I'd like to direct you to the various examples from Pirate Nation, Chibi Reviews, Asmongold, Romanian V, Tectone, and some others. So let's start with Pirate Nation, which is directing us to one of the game developers at Sucker Punch working on the game Ghost of Yotei, which is the sequel to Ghost of Tsushima. Now, I would encourage my viewers not to buy this game. I never played Ghost of Tsushima, but I understand it was a well-received game. People really liked it. I understand when they revealed the trailers for Ghost of Yotei, a lot of people were upset because the protagonist was changed, and they fit the woke agenda by casting a woman. And I think, isn't the voice actor like a non-binary woman, whatever the hell that means? But, it's also quite interesting how they all go to Blue Sky, because, again, the whole point is, talking how it ties back to Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk wanted to debate these people, and these people don't even want to debate us because they leave Twitter, because they know if they post something like this on Twitter, it's going to get even more reach. And, we have our people, I guess, on Blue Sky able to uncover these things. And you see that not even a lot of followers. Like, I imagine if this person was on Twitter, they'd have more. But they flew to Blue Sky to have their own echo chamber to continue talking their nonsense. And they're honestly afraid to get involved and hear what the other side says and just want to be in their echo chamber and grow more hateful, I guess. So, and you see all the different things going on here where, you have the pronouns, Seattle, Washington. I don't know if that's particularly great. Is that like where Antifa is up there? Poly, whatever that means. And, just the post here. I hope the shooter's name is Mario so that Luigi knows his bro got his back. Like, are we serious? And again, they also glorified that murder with the CEO. What was that? New York City a few months ago now, where in cold blood, the man, Luigi Mangione, killed the CEO, and more left-wing violence right there. But we have this, he died doing what he loved, being a transphobic, racist bigot. Just the hate from these people is just unbelievable. And you see it's liked by all sorts of other people, which Pirate Nation shows off here. Senior producer of The Coalition. I'm not exactly sure what that is, to be honest. But another one, senior producer Kelly Snyder at Sucker Punch, the same developer. And again, you see all the red flags from the people like they, them. I mean, you already know right away. So the sound effects, Dennis, the sound effects associate producer at Bungie. Game designer. Doesn't really say where, but you get the idea right there. And Drew doubles down and says, I've been told that the Twitter has noticed me from across the room. Ooh, joking about it. It's just completely disrespectful. No regard for anyone else. And again, I guess this is Pirate Nation reposting this. Same thing, just a few more examples there. I took this because Pirate Nation, that's the thing too. Matt Walsh extended the olive branch to people on the right, saying no more infighting, which I accept the olive branch. I accept it to anyone who's willing to give it to me. I also extend the olive branch to my other fellow right-wingers and even my centrists. I encourage you to join me, because at one point or another, you're going to piss off the people on the left, and they're going to accuse you of being a Nazi too. So you might as well join our side before it's too late. But I pick on Pirate Nation from time to time because he steals my screenshots from V, but he's very correct. This was one that really caught me by surprise, because this is Caravan Sandwich developer celebrates assassination of Charlie Kirk. Disgusting. Now, I never even heard of this game, and just look at how they advertise this game. 1 year since the release of Caravan Sandwich. Also, a fascist got 360 no-scope. What a week. An indie game which I have never heard of, and their way to promote it, it's year anniversary of being released, I'm sure it's on Steam. Steam always has sales. They can have like the year sale. Usually games 6 months to a year later, they go on sale, so might as well buy them then. But to celebrate the year anniversary of the game being released, they have to add in, isn't it great that a fascist, Charlie Kirk, got killed? What a week. It's just completely disgusting. And then Christopher here finds another post where someone wrote, LOL, I feel bad for the dev team. Who has this shitty social media manager who just tanked their sales? I've never even heard of this game. This is the first I've heard of it. This is how I've heard of it. Do you think I'm going to buy it? My thoughts exactly. I never heard of the game. Absolutely will never buy it. Why would you market it that way? And then we have Cassie here, part of the team. Hello, one of the dev team here. I'll post the same if I could. Hope that helps. Just the smug demeanor of these people to write that. Like, doubling down, saying that she is part of the dev team. She would post the same. Hope this helps. That's like the smug HR. Like, like what a fucking bitch. And these people say, I lack empathy. Go fuck yourself. Completely disrespectful. Smash JT. Calling out Crystal Dynamics lead designer and narrative called a moment of silence for Charlie Kirk gross. This is referring to the Yankee game. Fuck this guy and fuck Crystal Dynamics for employing this kind of scum. He made it through 2 rounds of massive layoffs at the company, previously Bungie too, because of course we have a long way to go to clean these companies and take out the trash. And thanks to Torch Games for the heads up. Another guy I'm not too fond of, but I appreciate the work. And this is that day. But, just look at the date there, September 10th, the day before 9/11 in New York City. The next day, 9/11 being the 24th anniversary of that fateful day and honoring the fallen. Not only all the people in the Twin Towers, but the people in the planes, the first responders, firefighters, police officers who went in there to risk their lives and, some of which died and then years later got cancer from the smoke and everything else. And to just think so little of people, it's like, just don't post it. Like, how stupid are these fucking people to even post it? You can avoid this whole situation by not posting it. So there he is working for Crystal Dynamics. How's Crystal Dynamics doing? Maybe not so good. Look at that face. You can always tell by looking at these people. That's why I made Sean Chiplock the thumbnail, because you can just tell by looking at these people exactly where they stand on things. We also have Jeff Grubb, which looks like this is on his Twitter, not even on Blue Sky. But, again, just, the dark humor. Again, there's a time and a place, and you should just be quiet. Like, honestly, if you hate Charlie Kirk, maybe you just don't talk about it. But anti-vaxxer finally gets shot. Like, real clever there. So we have Romanian V. If anyone thinks Twitter is the vibe and people are upset about what happened, it's because you haven't gone to Reddit and Blue Sky. And yes, it's just as bad as you think. So we have Gretchen Felker Martin. Always watch out for people with 2 last names. It says, thoughts and prayers, you Nazi bitch. Calling Charlie Kirk a Nazi bitch. And this is, I guess, not before he officially died, just after he was shot. We didn't know if he died at that point. And then hope the bullet's okay after touching Charlie Kirk. Again, you can just tell by looking at this drawing of her. It's not even her real face. It's just a drawing representing her, I suppose. Which, shortly after DC Comics cancels Red Hood comic series after creator's ghoulish rant about Charlie Kirk. So good riddance. See ya. But I'd like to direct you to, this is Romanian V's Lack of Entertainment channel. The Lack of Entertainment channel typically covers the video games, anime, movies, TV show angle, and definitely check it out. This is talking about that in general, which he brought up in this video that the art is just ugly anyway, and it should have been canceled for that. It should have. Look at that. Like, he mentioned, like, that's supposed to be a woman? Like, I guess so, but that's, I guess, Red Hood now? Who knows? But definitely recommend his channel, especially the more recent videos. Even the one on the quartering. Even the quartering, I will extend the olive branch to. So we also have from Comic Book News, controversy continues to spread across the comics and gaming industry as artist Gigi Dutriex, who has worked on Sonic the Hedgehog comics for Sega and IDW Publishing, has come under fire for celebrating the assassination of Charlie Kirk. Dutriex posted a screenshot to social media showing multiple Spotify playlists titled Charlie Kirk is Dead, which mock and celebrate the conservative activist's killing. The post quickly circulated, sparking backlash from readers and fans of both Sonic and IDW Publishing. Again, just a blatant disrespect. We have Chibi Reviews. I have tremendous respect for Chibi Reviews because it takes a lot of courage to have just an anime manga-centered channel and weigh in on politics, which this isn't the first time. He weighed in when they attempted to assassinate President Trump last July. He weighed in and made his voice known, how he's against political violence. He continues to make his voice known, and I have tremendous respect for him. So he brings up Sean Chiplock here, the English voice actor for Diluc in Genshin Impact, and Subaru in ReZero. He posted this on Blue Sky today about Charlie Kirk's death, mocking him, tagging Crunchyroll. This guy works for you on anime you dub. Any thoughts? Are you fine working with someone like this? And Sean Chiplock, I hope they receive all the same care the average American citizen would get in that same situation. And more people chiming in. There's some more stuff, which you saw in the thumbnail too. At least if he goes out, he went out doing what he loved, being a bigot. And again, this hits hard, especially for me, because Sean Chiplock, again, he voiced numerous anime and video games, particularly Reen Schwarzer in the Trail series, and you guys probably all know I'm a big fan of the Trail series. And after hearing this, I mean, I still love the Trail series, but I don't think I can ever play the Trail series with an English dub again, because just hearing his voice would make me sick to my stomach. But, and this is how you have to do it, where Crunchyroll just do a post like this. You know, what is this? Crunchyroll, is this allowed? And it's two characters staring at each other. And that's Chibi's very smart reply there. You know what is allowed, apparently? Sean Chiplock celebrating the death of Charlie Kirk. You actively work with this person. Does Crunchyroll accept violence, or are you going to fire him? So the conversation continued. We saw a bit of it here, but it continues. And I agree with this person. Like, a voice of reason here. And you see, like, the little ratio going on where it only gets one like, but says, I know it's an unpopular opinion here, but I still don't wish death on any human, regardless of their political views. Like, it's so difficult to just issue a statement like that. Like, what are we doing celebrating the death of someone just because you don't agree with them politically? As I said in my live stream, you know, nobody agrees with any one person 100% of the time. But because you're against them politically, I wish death upon them. It's just a sick way to live your life. And he says he did, apparently. Like, do you really think that? Do you really think if Sean Chiplock died, Charlie Kirk would be dancing on his grave? First of all, Charlie Kirk probably doesn't even know who Sean Chiplock is, but it's just such a ridiculous situation. And where the only voices of reason on the left I've seen, you have Cenk, who's weighing in, saying, you know, saying things, and Shoeonhead. I can't see any other people on the left, you know, saying good things or trying to reason with people and make sense. Everyone else is like, good, I'm glad he's dead. It's completely disgusting. And here's some more reposts from Sean Chiplock, I guess, from Derek. You are under no obligation to mourn the death of people who would have celebrated yours. Again, I don't believe Charlie Kirk would have ever celebrated the death of Sean Chiplock or Drew over here. I just don't believe that. And even still, if you don't want to mourn his death, please just don't say anything about it and celebrate that he died. Like, it's the opposite of mourning. Just be quiet then. It's just simple as that. So, Sean also reposted this. Elizabeth Warren on people who say Dems need to tone down their rhetoric. Oh, please, why don't you start with the President of the United States and every ugly meme he's posted? See, the meme thing, that's how I started the video too, talking about the memes, how, you know, people on the left cancel us for posting Nazi memes or racist memes or George Floyd memes or whatever. But it's like, that's all in good fun, and it's just stupid memes at the end of the day. It's completely different than actually wishing death and celebrating death on other people, and it's frankly disgusting. It really is. And here's where Chibi Reviews weighed in, doing videos. You see a few dislikes here, and I covered some of the comments where some people were pissing off. Like, here's someone that Chibi agreed with, obviously. You can disagree with his takes, but celebrating his death is psychotic, and as simple as that. Why is it so difficult to do that? But, yeah, what happened to keep politics out of anime, dog? This transcends everything right now. The last time something came close to this, to a political person being assassinated, that I can figure, is Martin Luther King. Now, of course, there's been president like JFK, attempted assassinations of presidents like Ronald Reagan and Gerald Ford, I believe, even Donald Trump recently. But the last time, like, a non-politician was assassinated like this, at this level, Martin Luther King, civil rights activist. Charlie Kirk, I would say, a civil rights activist, free speech advocate on college campuses. It's the same thing, just in the modern time. So he does the video here. This needs to stop. And I encourage you to watch this entire video talking about it, particularly Sean Chiplock. And it's interesting. I'm pointing the finger at him because it's what I've seen. A lot of the other anime voice actors, the video game voice actors, have notably been quiet, which I respect that a lot more than just, you know, saying nonsense like, oh, he thinks he's on Blue Sky so he can get away with it. But I would say, you know, just be quiet then. If you don't like Charlie Kirk, then you shouldn't be celebrating his death and wishing death upon others. That's the whole point here. That's why we're calling this man out. So here we go to some of the threats to Asmongold, where Tectone took this from Reddit. I say you should have said who the user was, but someone actually asked that, and yeah, Tectone said he was sent that picture, so he didn't censor the username. But they're literally calling for Asmongold to be assassinated, to which Asmongold, I recommend watching both of these videos. This one's actually the one you should watch first. This is the one about Charlie Kirk being assassinated. Something insane happened today. Just such an even temperament. Again, I view Asmongold as a center-right individual. Some will view him as center-left, some just regular center, but he's very middle of the road, very calm demeanor. He gets his points across very well, and he's a great voice of reason. I encourage people to watch his videos, and he makes a lot of sense in my view. And to take him out and to call him a far-right Nazi is just insane. We have Jennifer over here, who took a bunch of different screenshots on Blue Sky. Urgent, FYI, after Charlie Kirk, on the Sky app, there are people asking for the next person to be targeted. These include J.K. Rowling, Matt Walsh, Trump, Ben Shapiro, Libs of TikTok, Elon Musk, Andy No, and others, I assume. Now, to me, again, I don't condone any of this, but to these crazy people, I guess I can understand Ben Shapiro and Matt Walsh because, oh, they're the right-wing extremists too. I don't condone any of this. This is all ridiculous. It's horrible. It's ghoulish. But the one that sticks out the most to me is calling for him to kill J.K. Rowling. Because, again, J.K. Rowling is a leftist. Her only thing where she disagrees with these people is that she doesn't believe in transgenderism. She believes male and female. Again, I agree with her on that. So it's just Joe Rogan, Ben Shapiro, Ben Shapiro, Ben Shapiro, all these Ben Shapiros, J.K. Rowling, Ben Shapiro, and J.K. Rowling, or Joe Reagan. They can't even spell his name right. See, that just shows you how, like, stupid these people are, for lack of a better word. Dennis Prager, Matt Walsh. It's just disgusting. And what is being done about this? Like, I really do hope that something is done about this. The FBI goes in there and figures out what's going on. Trump next. Look at this. Charlie Kirk is dead. Yay. One less misogynist piece of shit on the planet. Do Trump next. Not sorry. Fuck Charlie Kirk. Karma and Alex Rod. You know, I'm assuming Alex Rodriguez, not the baseball player, hopefully. Look him up, I guess. You know what to do, add-ons. But it's just ridiculous, man. It's just ridiculous. Libs of TikTok praying Elon is next. Look at this. This guy has a whole list written out. Andy No, Benny Johnson, Ben Shapiro, Charlie Kirk, Shia Ralchik, Christopher Rufo, Ian Miles Chong. He doesn't even live in America, by the way. He lives in Malaysia or something. Jack Posobiec, Matt Walsh, Michael Knowles, Nick Fuentes, Tim Pool. Like, what the hell's going on here? Derek! Oh my god. So, and in the wake of all this, Blue Sky has now disabled guest search after evidence it showed it was a breeding ground for violence. They're really trying to hide shit now. Yeah, because I guess I don't have a Blue Sky account. You can just go there and look. And I guess they caught wind of that. Here we have Marek Tymiński. This is the developer of Lords of the Fallen, which he was in the news some months ago conducting a poll because of the whole woke nonsense going on. We have so many games where instead of male and female, it's type A and type B. And he held a poll for the next game. Should we have type A, type B, or should we have male and female? To which male and female won. And he's trying to make the change against all this woke bullshit. And as a developer, a big name in the industry, he writes this: I'd fire anyone celebrating Charlie Kirk's death. I don't care about your politics or identity. Only the quality of your work matters. Our diverse, merit-based team rejects DEI nonsense. The world's recent events are unacceptable. It must stop. Yeah, I mean, what he's saying there is, like, he will have you on the team if you're black or white or Asian, Hispanic, whatever, but just don't call for violence, please. It's just as simple as that. What are we doing calling for violence? It's completely ridiculous. And then one last thing to chime in, because again, as I said, I have newfound respect for Chibi Reviews. I really appreciate what he's doing. Tectone, which I cover this in my stream, Hassan doubling down, saying to kill Rick Scott, to get out there and cause violence and do all these heinous actions. Tectone was posting these videos, and Elon chimed in, tagging Jeff Bezos, who of course owns Amazon. Amazon owns Twitch, trying to get the ball rolling here. So Chibi says, you all realize how big a deal it is, right? Elon Musk directly calling out Amazon, Twitch, and Hassan. Something is probably going to finally happen. And yeah, so Elon replied to Chibi, said, just wondering if Amazon thinks it's okay to pay and promote someone he's paid by Twitch Amazon who makes repeated calls for murder. Which I agree. I think I think Hassan is definitely a leading proponent as to what's radicalized people on the further left, without a doubt. So Chibi's just saying that, you know, yeah, Chibi Reviews, Elon Musk, Tectone, Asmongold, Savvy Says, all the other people who are making their voice heard. You know, what can I really do with my meager number of viewers and subscribers? But I'm at least trying to get word out there as well. But these guys are fighting the good fight, absolutely. So, oh, I guess that's the same post. But yeah, guys, I mean, this is just an important video to do. I appreciate you all watching. I know this went on kind of long, but it's important to get it out there. And I figure not everyone's going to watch the 3-hour live stream I did, so I wanted to bring attention to the various industries that I'm involved in, such as video games, anime, manga, etc. And the point being is that it's completely inappropriate to call for violence, to celebrate the death of someone like that, regardless of their political beliefs. And I would encourage people to vote with their wallets and not give these people, such as the developers of Ghost of Yote, Sucker Punch, Sean Chiplock, and any of the projects he's associated with, and anyone else who calls for such acts, not to give them your money, and, you know, because it's people who hate you. By virtue of them hating Charlie Kirk, they hate me, because I like Charlie Kirk, and that's how they operate. So, again, I extend the olive branch to other people on the right who may have disagreed with me in the past, and also to people in the center who want to, you know, join forces and work together, because, you know, if you're on my side, I'm on your side. But at a certain point, you have to understand that, as I showed you with J.K. Rowling, the left eat their own, and J.K. Rowling disagreeing with one issue, such as the transgender issue and male and female, they want to kill her next, just like Charlie Kirk. And it's completely disgusting to see how they operate. So, again, thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Stay tuned for more videos coming soon. And once again, rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. And my condolences to his family, to his wife and children, and everyone else he impacted. His legacy will live on in all of us. We should all strive to be like Charlie Kirk and try and make the difference and see what we can do in this world to make things better. Thanks, guys.
99.